Utinni!
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Utinni Designs. My name is Justin, and today we're going to be looking at a pretty cool release from Disney Parks actually, and it is the Droid Factory Probe Droid. So I'm going to go ahead and switch cameras here, and we will get this unboxed and take a look at it. So here's the box. This one came in kind of rough. This, I haven't touched it. This is the way it came, partially open. So this just showed up. So we're going to go ahead and unbox this. And looks like it came packaged fairly decently. Let's see what else we got in here. Some merch stuff. Get more every day by getting a Disney credit card. Yeah, we ain't going to do that. And that's it. So here is the Probe Droid and box. Pretty straightforward packaging. Says Droid Factory, Probe Droid or Probe-Mate Hyperspace Pod with Imperial Probe Droid Pod. Hyperspatial Probe-Mate, and then the rest of it's in French or Spanish or something. I don't know, not my language. So there's the side of the box. The back of the box shows basically how it sets up, and looks like a little excerpt about Empire Strikes Back. So pretty basic packaging. We're going to go ahead and get this open here and take a look. These, I believe, were $30 online, if I remember correctly. So we're going to set the box aside because that'll probably be trashed. And here we have it in the little plastic bubble. So even though the box was basically destroyed, I mean, everything was pretty good. There's a little bit of creasing and rubbing on the corners of the box, but I'm not one of those that keep it in the box. I like to let it out, let it breathe, play with it. So let's go ahead and undo this little bubble here. And let's see how hard this is to get out. Oh, not hard at all. Way easier than Micro Galaxy Squadron to get out of the box. So there's another little bubble piece there. And here's the Probe Droid. His arms articulate up and down. And looks like you put two more arms in right here with these pegs. And let's see if this stand comes out. The bottom of the stand comes off, but I'm not sure if you can remove the actual stand. Oh, yep, you can. So you can remove the actual stand from the Probe Droid. Now what's interesting is they made a hex hole, but gave you a round peg. See if I can get that to focus. But it works. So looks like we got a couple legs in here. Again, these do articulate. So there's a second leg. So let's move this out of the way for the moment. And let's put these legs on. So they just go right in these holes. Pretty nice fit. And then here's the other one. And I just dropped a leg. So it looks like maybe all the legs can be interchangeable, possibly. So there's your little probe droid. So you got 2 long legs, a medium-sized leg, and 2 shorts. I'm not sure the accuracy of that. Looks like there's also something that goes right here, but I don't see it in the box yet. So we'll have to see what that entails. Maybe that connects to the pod somehow. The head does rotate, so you do get a little bit of articulation with it. So let's move this to the side here. And let's take out the actual pod. This is a little bit more difficult to get out. But again, way easier than any Micro Galaxy Squadron ship I've ever taken out of the bubble. So there's the pod. Now, as a sort of a size reference, here is a Roku remote. So you can see it is a little bit taller than a Roku remote. So here's straight over. So it is a little bit taller, and the Probe Droid is just slightly smaller than a Roku remote. So let's see how this works here. I'm assuming that because there's looks like what might be legs here, this sits like this. And then we'll just pull these tabs. And you get basically a mechanical flower. So then this engine piece doesn't really do anything from what I can tell. It's interesting that there is a hole for something here. I wonder what that's for. Now this stand should fit right in here, and it does. So there you have your Probe Droid. I'm going to take a look at the box and make sure I did it correctly. Looks like I did. There's nothing loose inside the box. No other little things. Now inside the box there is a picture of the pod splashing down on Hoth. Hopefully you can see that even with the reflection. But I don't think it is separate. It is to an extent. It's on a hard cardboard backer. So you could remove the box and have it in the background. So let's do that. I guess the sound those things make. Oh, look, instructions. We don't need no instructions. Pretty simplistic. Basically, it tells you how to clip the pod back together. So that's it. I'm going to put this over here so you can kind of see it. That is all there is to this little collectible. So let's take a little bit closer look here. We'll get rid of the backdrop here. So the engine has some pretty good detailing on it. It is all one color. Let me try to fix this camera for y'all by putting some paper here, and hopefully it'll focus. Not on my keyboard, but on the piece itself. So there is some pretty good detailing on this piece. It is all injected molded out of one color. There you can see some greeblies in the base there. And then your slots for your tabs for the actual pod. So technically, yes, you could 3D print something like this probably fairly easily. Let me tilt this camera down here. But I mean, for 30 bucks, it is what it is. The detail on the Probe Droid is pretty decent. Again, I'm not sure what that little space is for. See that space right there? It looks like something should go in there, but I'm not sure what that could be. It's a peg for something, but there's no other parts to this, and I don't think the leg pegs will work in there. Let's pull one of these legs out here. I mean, I guess you could do that. It doesn't really stay in there, but I guess you could do that if you wanted. I don't think that's what it's designed for. And we'll just put this back in here where it belongs. Again, not sure how accurate this is with two long legs and two shorts and one medium. But for what it is, I think it's okay. That peg is actually kind of loose in there, but my camera keeps wanting to focus on everything but what I'm trying to show you. So again, the head does move, articulate, rotate. Still not sure what that hole is for. It's got some good detail, got a little bit of color, and they tried to replicate some rivet marks and stuff on the base or the bottom. There is some greebly detail along with the arms. And again, these arms are articulated, so you can position them. And now to put this back together, we just start snapping in these pieces. I believe. I don't think there's a certain way it goes. Let's see how hard this is going to be. Probably have it upside down. There we go. So you just start one and just kind of work your way around. And there's your pod. The pod does have just some color detail, some greeblies, for the body. Pretty basic. You could probably take a wash and distress this and make it look a little bit more accurate. The little thrusters down here do not move, nor does anything else. And you could probably set this, well, that's rather precarious, but I wonder. Let me rotate this up here. I'm going to take the bottom off this base. Nope, that don't fit. All right, well, that was a good thought. So again, there is your Probe Droid and your Probe Droid pod from Empire Strikes Back. Now, I suppose you could open this and stick the Probe Droid inside. I suppose that is an option. So you would just put him in. Well, he may not fit. Interesting. All right, let's try it with a second open. All right, so he does not fit in there with the stand connected. However, you can disconnect the stand and put him in there with the stand and then close this up. And then you can have all one piece. I probably would not suggest storing him like that. And the reason being is you will eventually, depending on how you orient this, you will eventually bend the antenna on the Probe Droid, or lose one of the arms, or who knows. So I think the way I'm going to display it is honestly just like this and like that. And I'll probably create an acrylic stand for the actual pod. Maybe looking at it like this, where it's kind of coming down at an angle, like it's gonna, hit the ground. I don't think any other way really works. I guess you could just do it sideways. Maybe I'll create one base and then a couple stands to where you can do it straight or you can do it angled. I'll come up with something for this as far as an acrylic stand, because I think it would really help match the, even though it's rather simplistic, the acrylic clear stand for the Probe Droid. So be on the lookout for that from Utinni Designs in the future. And that basically concludes our unboxing of the Disney Droid Factory Probe Droid. So hopefully you enjoyed that. It was quick and easy. And as always, please hit that like and subscribe button if you enjoyed this video. And be sure to check out UtinniDesigns.com for all your acrylic stands and custom laser engraving needs, as well as 3D printing. Be sure to follow us on Facebook at Utinni Designs and Instagram at Utinni Designs. Also, tonight is the Hyperdrive, so be sure to check out George and the crew at the Hyperdrive at Hyperdrive Star Wars on YouTube. And then tomorrow night, don't forget about the Spice Runners Lounge. Again, YouTube at Spice Runners Lounge at 9 p.m. Eastern. The Hyperdrive is tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern. So be coming up here pretty quick. And if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. And if you like this type of content, also let me know in the comments, and we will keep this type of content coming. Let me know what you would like me to review. And if I have it, I will review it. If I don't have it, I will try to get it. So again, hope you all have a great evening. And as always, may the force be with you.